yeah, it's another character. So it just gives me more space, more fodder to, enrich my own books by describing the city in there and just giving people a taste of it.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's no way of faking New Orleans. We can't AI New Orleans.
No.
New Orleans is its own thing. How about you, Rhodesha?
I love the people. I love the way we talk.
Yes.
And that's what I really love. And I think that that's something with my stories. They're strong on dialogue, and I let my characters talk. And that's what I really love, the stories. I like the way it's somebody you may not even know, and they say, hey, baby. you know?
Yes, yes, yes. I think we have a few more minutes, and I wanted to ask you all a question about craft and writing. You know, so many people dream of being a writer. We all are writers here, different genres. So I'm poetry. You're fiction, right? And fiction. Although people are trying to get me to jump the fence and go into fiction. I just have too many mini stories, so I'm gonna stick with poetry. But what is one lesson, one takeaway that you can leave with people as a writer that you wish maybe you would have known earlier and that you feel can be useful to our audience here today?
Ooh, you want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
Just a quick, just quick advice for us.
It's for someone who's aspiring to write. I think that I knew very young that I was a writer. I had a calling. And after this calling, I immediately wrote my first book. And what I ran into was I wrote this and no one in my family knew what to do with it. So I kind of tabled the idea, and the story with Peggy Lavizo and Pecan Candy and Huckabucks, it grows from that first story. And I was like, not until I understand this entire process. And me working at Essence was part of understanding the communication operation, because what happens in my journey is I decide I'm not going with an agent to go to a publisher. I'm gonna build my own publishing house. And now, in light of everything that's come out with the record industry, we're from the center of slavery here in New Orleans. I'm not selling off my literary work.
Yeah.
And that's what's feeding my family. And, it's nourishing on so many levels to the readers, building a publishing house. And I work today with younger students, and, and I don't think it's ever too late, but I'm seeing, just like myself, other kids who have this calling and this gift. Read,
Yes.
and write.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Great writers are great readers.
For me, yeah, kind of in that same vein. To me, there's a difference between a storyteller and a writer. I realized that I was a storyteller, but I had to learn how to write. So studying your craft, studying the actual craft of writing is something I encourage anyone to do, because it is very different. A lot of people can tell a story, but it's not as cohesive. It's not, it needs to be pithy, and there's just good writing, and that's the thing that can be taught. To me, the storytelling can't necessarily be taught.
Yes.
That has to be in you. But you can learn how to be a good writer if you study your craft. So that's what I always encourage writers to do.
Great. Are there any questions in the audience? Anybody have a question? I'm gonna see if I can squeeze in one more question, huh? Can I? As we're sitting here, we're talking about both craft, imagination. Let's talk a little bit about what it means to be a Black woman writer, some of the challenges that you have picked, like maybe one thing that you feel like has been a challenge as a Black woman writer in your journey.
I can tell you, as an author, starting here in my city, not necessarily being received at first by, I'm going to say, white press, white media, even say white bookstores for that matter. And in going the independent route, that's where my relationship with Community Book Center begins with Vera Warren. Because without her, I don't have my first book dealer.
Yeah.
And then from my appearances locally, and it's growing, and then it created where now the other ones are knocking, saying, people are asking for this book, can we carry it? And so without that starting point,
Yes.
I don't know if it would have made it to the level that it did make it.
So we're getting ready to wrap up, but what I'm hearing you say is community is very important as a writer. You got to have community support, and the community will give you chances sometimes when the other folks don't, and then eventually they come on to support you and catch on. Real quickly, Farrah, can you just say a little bit about your journey as a Black woman writer,
No.
just one struggle, and then we're going to wrap up, and I want you all to let everybody know how they can contact
Yeah.
you all.
It's kind of that same thing. The gatekeepers, especially traditional publishing, everyone had their, I don't want to call it token, but it kind of was. You know, everyone had their Black author, so it was hard to break through. And I really think when independent publishing became as popular and easier and not as cost prohibitive, you know, these days Black readers showed publishing that there was an audience, because there was no longer that gatekeeper deciding which Black authors got published. Everyone got published, and the readers came because the books were there for them.
So everybody, remember community, and also remember this, bet on yourself, okay? Bet on yourself. People will eventually come. You know, you stay working in the gym, and eventually you're gonna win, right? So with that, Farrah, can you just let everybody know your social handles and how to contact you real quickly?
I'm Farrah Rashawn everywhere. I'm on too many social media platforms, so you can find me anywhere. And my website, but social media. I'll be on Instagram with this probably before I leave.
Okay. Rhodesia?
Same here. I'm at Rhodesia Jackson, Facebook, Instagram.
I'm Kelly Harris-DeBerry. I'm a poet. I am KHD _ on Instagram, and you can Google me and find me. I want to thank First Essence Festival. Give them a round of applause for having us and giving space for local writers to have some space inside of Essence Fest. We would be remiss if we didn't thank and shout out Miss Vera Warren Williams and Community Book Center for all of the years and all of the support that I think everybody here has gotten support from Mama Vera. And so I want you all to follow them, follow us, right? Tomorrow, same time, there will be another panel of local writers, and on Sunday there will be a panel of local writers. Tomorrow, Addie Kitchens is coming. Her book is Dominion. I'm trying to think of everybody. Yeah, Sunday, Sunny Patterson will be here. You know she's gonna bless this thing up real fast for us. So please support the local writers. Thank you, Essence. Thank you to the Book Festival. And we're going to be signing books over right there where Mama Vera is. So if you want to get your book signed, or if you would like to get a picture with the authors, please do so. Thank you. Have a great Essence Fest.